What's going on, YouTube? Dapper Dan here. Another beautiful day here in Colorado. It's like currently like 50 degrees, something like that. But later today it's supposed to be 75 to 78 degrees, which is gonna be so nice. Probably should have waited till later to ride, but it's okay. And welcome to the 1-year review of my 2021 Zero FXS Supermoto. Oh, it's a chick rider, nice, on a CBR 250 or 300, whatever it is. All right, I'm gonna get in front of you guys. There we go. That's better. Or not, don't wave. Alright, anyway, guys. Hey, we gotta wait from you. There we go. Alright, anyway, so you guys know I had my issues with this bike briefly for 6 months. It was in the shop. Nothing to do with the shop's fault. It's just Zero's warranty process takes forever, I guess. So it was in the shop for 6 months. They replaced like pretty much every electrical component you can think of on the bike, and then they finally replaced the batteries. So I was without the bike for 6 months, and yeah, so far that is the only issue that I have had with this bike. From what I've read online, it's something to do with the 2 battery bikes. The single battery 7.2 bikes don't have any issues that I can see, but the dual battery ones, for some reason, some people are having issues, and I was one of them. But despite those issues that it had, this is still one of my favorite bikes. Like, I still absolutely love this bike. It is so fun. I love this bike. The efficiency is just out of this world. Like, it gets 500 miles per gallon equivalent. Back when I was commuting much further distance, I would pretty much have to charge it up every single night. But now that my commute is much shorter, I only have to charge it up like once or twice a month, it looks like. And that'll just keep getting better with the warmer weather. Everybody knows in colder weather, electric vehicles do not perform as well. Their efficiency isn't the best, or the batteries, I don't know, something with the batteries not being up to temperature. They just don't like it. They still, performance-wise, are fine, but range-wise are not fine. So, you guys, currently the mileage update, 5,107 miles. I put that many miles in a year's time since I debuted it on YouTube, but technically I got it December 2020. I was not riding it until I debuted it on YouTube. That mileage would have been probably around 8,000 miles if it wasn't in the shop for 6 months, because I would have kept riding this. I think it was August, so August, September, and October I could have still rode it every single day. But now that my commute is much shorter, so before my commute was about 40 minutes, maybe 45 depending on traffic. Now my commute is 8 minutes. So now every day that I can ride this bike, I go to home for lunch and hang out with my dog for lunch. Since it's so efficient, and I don't know, the miles per gallon is equivalent, and it costs so little to charge it, then I can put as many miles as I want on it. So if I could do anything different, if I could do anything different, I would go back and I would order the single 7.2 battery rather than the dual 3.6 batteries. So far, only one time I have taken out the second battery just to see how light it would feel. without that extra 42 pounds. And it still has the same amount of horsepower, same amount of torque whenever you take out the second battery. But definitely it feels great. I mean, extra 40 pounds off the weight, it feels amazing. That's the taking that second battery out. That is the way that you do wheelies on this bike. You get it super lightweight and then still 78 foot-pounds of torque. Feels much faster, much quicker. I guess someday I should do like a 0 to 60 test with both batteries and then without one battery. That'd be a good test to do. We'll mark that for a future video. So yeah, going back, that would be the one thing I would change, just making it the single battery rather than the two batteries. I would still get the windscreen, I would still get the handguards, and yeah, that would just be the only way I would change the order. So that way, hopefully, that would have prevented one of the batteries or both, I still don't know, from going out. This bike is so fun, so nice though. Like this suspension, like at first before I got it, I was a little concerned. Like all the other supermotos I had on the list that I was looking at, they all had 41 or 44 millimeter forks, and this one had 41 millimeter forks. But really, I don't notice a difference at all. Like it still works very well. It still soaks up all the bumps. You hardly feel anything. And I'm glad I got this one out of the list of the supermotos I was looking at, because of the seat height on this one. You guys know all the regular supermotos just have a straight bar across. This one kind of like dips down to where you sit, makes it a much lower seat height. I think this one's like 33 inches, and all the other supermotos I was looking at were at least 35 inches. As far as wheeling this bike, you kind of definitely have to be in sport mode, and then you have to kind of like bump it up. You gotta like pump it or something. I don't know how to describe it, but you guys know what I'm talking about. It will power wheelie a little bit if you just jam on the throttle, but it's definitely not as easy as doing a clutch up wheelie. But obviously there's no clutch on this bike. And now for pretty much the summary of this video. Would I recommend this bike to anybody? Yes, definitely. And look, it's new C8 Corvette. Nice. I would definitely recommend this bike to somebody, but if you are more budget focused, then I would just get one battery. Don't worry about getting the second one. But if you did want the extra range of having the bigger battery, personally I would not get the second battery on this bike. I would just get the one big battery that they have, the 7.2. That guy didn't see me, I guess. This bike, it never seems to not impress me. Oh, what in the world? They don't want people jumping that or what? I've thought about it. The jumping part's not the scary part. The landing part is what's scary. Alright, what was I saying? Oh yeah, this bike never seems to fail to surprise me of how efficient it can be. Like sometimes it'll say 0 miles till empty, and it'll still keep on going for like another mile or two. I've only had to run it that low a couple times, but still. So yeah, if you guys are thinking about an electric motorcycle, this is the cheapest one Zero offers, especially if you just get the one battery. And they still do offer this one. Oh hey, didn't see that, Yamaha. They still do offer the FXS to everybody. The FXE is kind of taken over the 7.2 category with the single battery, but they still do offer the FXS with the 3.6 kilowatt battery. So if you guys are thinking about an electric motorcycle, that is the cheapest one you can get. Just the single battery and no other options, and it's definitely worth it. I at least recommend going to test ride one and seeing how you like it. Just don't whiskey throttle it, because you will at least do a wheelie and you might lose the bike. And it's an easy bike to ride. Like anybody could ride this bike. if you really wanted to. There's no clutch, no gear shifter. All you got is your left and right brake and the throttle. Super easy to ride. Such a nice bike too. Like everybody, okay, I go everywhere on this bike, and everybody always is talking about, like, they always want to come to me and talk to me about the bike, which I don't mind, but I didn't think it was gonna be that popular. Like, I was running an errand the other day, and I was stopping at this gas station, and this guy came up and talked to me for like half an hour about it. He really wanted to see me do a wheelie, but at the time I didn't have very much charge left in the bike. He said he misses doing wheelies. Alright, so there you guys go. There's my 1 year review of my 2021 Zero FXE Supermoto electric motorcycle. It is still such a great bike despite the issues that it did have. I will likely not ever get rid of it. So there is only one bike that I would trade it for, and that is the Zero FXE. Pretty much just the updated version of this bike. As you guys know, I love absolutely everything they did with that bike. They took care of all of the little tiny gripes that I had. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my 1 year review of this bike. If you did, make sure you hit the thumbs up button. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the bike now that I've had it for a while. And if you really liked the video, share it with a friend. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and have a good day. I'll see you guys later.